let's take a trip down memory lane. Let's talk about the 2011 NBA championship. He won against LeBron in the Heat. First things first, Dip, where were you when that happened? Did you watch that game, and what was your experience like?
Wow, grabe. That was 10 years ago, no? Or 11 years, kasi 2022 na. But for most of the playoffs, I was out of the country and I was really watching the games. Kahit madaling araw, pinapanood ko siya. And then, finals, nakauwi na ako dito sa Pilipinas. And I remember, start na yung school nun eh. Buti na lang, the last game was on a weekend. And when Dallas won, I was at home. I watched it at home. And when they won the championship, I was here crying sa kwarto ko. So, yun, nandito lang ako sa bahay. Sobrang nag-enjoy ako. Tears of joy when Dallas won that championship.
So, wow, what a super fan. Umiyak pa nung nanalo yung Mavs. How about you, Carlo? You know, were you watching?
Hindi ako aming umiyak. Joke lang. I was
secret lang.
I was still working in a different media company that then had the rights of the NBA. So it was actually for work. I was actually watching it for work. The entire office was as well. So it was one of those moments na hindi mo talaga makakalimutan. You know, you will always remember what will happen. I still remember being in a viewing party for game number 2 when they came from behind and won that ball game with that Dirk Nowitzki lefty layup. You just remember all of those moments kasi napaka-espesyal nung mga moments yun for all the Dallas Mavericks fans.
Now, speaking of moments, I know there might be too many to mention, but what is your favorite Dirk memory? Go ahead, Dip.
Yeah, you said it right, Billy. No? Sobrang daming moments ni Dirk. Nag-MVP siya, his all-star stints. Itong today lang na nangyari, yung retirement niya, yung jersey retirement. But I think I'll go with the fun side of Dirk, his last dunk in the All-Star game. Nung inaaliyup sa kanya ni Steph Curry, because I think that was one of the videos that really went viral for Dirk Nowitzki. And it really showed his personality. Kasi hindi naman siya athletic, hindi naman siya high flyer. But when he dunked that ball, talagang he made a taunt and celebrated to the crowd. Kaya nakita mo, this is why I love Dirk. Nung nakita ko yung highlight na yun, I'm telling everyone, all the fans, this is why everyone loves Dirk. Because look at him, he's just having fun and enjoying the game.
And we love the passion coming from you, Dip. Ikaw naman, Carlo, do you agree? Is that one of your favorite moments as well?
My favorite on-court moment was when Dirk ran out just before winning the NBA championship. No, he wanted a few seconds to gather himself, to compose his thoughts. He shared na umiyak siya dun sa locker room before he was ultimately yanked out by the PR team ng NBA ng Dallas. But my favorite anecdote must be when they were free agents, si Dirk and si Kobe Bryant. And Kobe called him to ask, but he already knew the answer. Dirk was not going to join Kobe with the Lakers because he was just loyal with the Dallas Mavericks. But Kobe had to make the call, and Dirk had to say no. I just love that anecdote because it spoke volumes about who they were as basketball players, how loyal they were to their franchises. And that was what Dirk gave Dallas. Someone that you could cheer for 21 years. Yes, the championship was amazing, but his presence for 21 years, that's basically, half my lifespan was spent being a Dallas Maverick fan cheering for Dirk.
And that's more than half of Dip's lifespan. More than half na yun. Now, how do you think Dirk changed the game for big men in the NBA? Not just the NBA, but the whole world as well. Because Reggie Miller even said that he revolutionized the fourth spot. Your thoughts, Carlo?
I think it's because he was just trained differently. Diba? Dati naman, if you're a power forward, you're a brute force, you post up. But he showed that you can be effective in other ways. Of course, that signature one-legged fadeaway jumper. It just showed that if you are an expert in your craft, if you devote your life completely to even that single aspect of the game. We all know that Dirk was never the greatest of defenders, but he was able to win a championship. He was able to become an all-timer because he was so devoted on his craft.
Now, speaking of that signature one-legged floater, ikaw naman, Dip, how do you think that move impacted the world?
Grabe yung impact ng fadeaway na yun. I think I tried it once in my life, but I realized masyado akong short to try that. Kasi mga effective siya for 7-footers like Dirk Nowitzki and of course, the bigger players in the NBA. But he revolutionized the game with that move because parang yun yung naging license ng European players or European big men in that matter na talagang pumasok sa NBA and shoot threes, di ba? Parang big men don't usually shoot threes. But when they saw Dirk play this game, shoot from the outside, ito yung sabi nila, okay, pwede ko rin to gawin inside when I joined the NBA. And that's what happened. Ang dami na nating players in the NBA who are from the Europe and they play the same, di ba? They try to emulate what Dirk does and that's how he just, brought that fadeaway and his outside game to the league.
Do you agree with that, Carlo?
Oh, for sure. But what's amazing about Dirk, yung nakakatawa sa kanya is he will never agree that he revolutionized the game. Like, he will never admit to it. He will just say he was just a good player. He will allow other people to say that he was great. And that's just him as an individual. Hindi talaga maere eh. And that's why I know Dip would agree na marami yung naging fans itong si Dirk Nowitzki because he was good, but more than that perhaps because of his personality. He was just an overall good guy.
Now, do you guys think he is the best big man shooter the NBA has ever seen? Dip, what are your thoughts?
I mean, biased ako. So, right now, my answer is yes. No one has entered the league pa na better shooter than him. So, I say he's that. Plus, add what Carlos said na, yun na nga, all those characteristics, pagiging loyal niya, lahat na ng pagiging yung charismatic niya, lahat na yun, isama mo, makes him a great player in the NBA.
Now, Carlo, what is your message to all the Mavs fans? Being a Mavs fan yourself since 1996, what is your message to all the Mavs fans around the world?
I would say that it's all downhill from here. We got it good with Dirk Nowitzki. But to be honest, Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis could go on to win multiple championships. But I don't think that anyone would have the same effect as Dirk Nowitzki for the Dallas Mavericks franchise. And it's great to see na magkakaroon siya ng statue na wala nang pwedeng gumamit ng 41 ever in the NBA. And it's just the proper honor for someone who changed the Dallas Mavericks as a franchise. So Dip, maraming salamat for joining me and Billy in this discussion, reminiscing the best moments of Dirk Nowitzki.
We'll see you
Thank you
again
guys. Thank you for having me.
later, Dip.